everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears, episode 47 of season 4 with me, Sid, and this is the first episode I'm recording when I'm back from my holiday. I'm actually now back. I'm actually recording this on the day I got back. This is just this clip, really. I haven't got any big plans for this episode, but I thought I'd get the start done, because, you see, before I left on holiday, I may or may not, depending on, your perspective of causality and blame and stuff, I may or may not have put a number of cattle in Punk's UFO. And actually, to be honest, I can't even remember if I recorded doing it. If I did, you already know I did. If you didn't, then you don't. But I got back on, and Punk has been on several times throughout the holiday while I've been away, and he's been very quiet, and I was kind of expecting, I don't know, retribution. So I logged out over at the town hall. I left myself away from my base because I figured that if anybody's going to prank me, they're going to prank me at my base. And if I log in and somebody's relocated a bear or some wolves there, or other stuff for the proverbial shits and giggles, then that's where you're going to get me, isn't it? You get someone at the home. That's how you know where they're going to be, the home or the place of work. You don't go looking for them at places they don't go often. So I tentatively crept over and I had a look in my window and everything looks fine. And I had a look up here and everything looks fine. Doesn't appear to be anything untoward going on. I'm not seeing any trickery or skullduggery going on, and I haven't been downstairs yet. I thought I'd leave this just so if there was a surprise, it was a genuine surprise, because I know there is a surprise upstairs, but it's not the surprise I was expecting, and I'm going to have to do something nice for Punk if that's what it is, because I left him a whole bunch of I can process those. And I can process all of that. Excellent. I've got some stuff to do here. That's good. I left him a whole load of cows in his UFO, and how am I doing? Oh, 51. Nice. It hasn't all gone through yet, though, which means there's not been a lot of loading in this area. This is an area that's a thing, but anyway, that's fine. And we've definitely had plenty of traders over. Who are you? Oh, don't be so enthusiastic. Luxuries. I like a luxury. What you got? Nothing I really want. I would like to actually maybe get the full sets of armours, but nothing I really want there anyway. So yeah, I was apprehensive. And nothing has manifested other than a chest upstairs, which I know what's in because I had a look, just to make sure it was. I can't think. Well, there isn't a way to booby trap or do like redstone stuff in Vintage Store yet, so there's limits to what we can and can't do. But welcome back, bro. And he's left. Look at that. 2 sturdy leather bags. That is a princely gift, so thank you very much, Punk. I need to do another 2. That'll get me a little bit more inventory space. It's as much as you can get in vanilla currently, but that's fine. We can work that. I'm going to pinch his walnut chest as well. The chest was a part of the gift, honest. So yeah, now the question now is, am I waiting for retribution or not? I don't know. Anyway, I haven't currently, because I've literally only been home for an hour, got any significant plans for this episode, but I do need to process up these soya beans. I need to get all this leather going, and I think that's it at the moment. So, you know, there's that. So I can get that going, but yeah, I'll be back in a little while. All right, I have. Sorry, that sounded like very much like a. No, it's not. I've just been fiddling around doing stuff, and I've got some stuff in my inventory. I did do the soya beans. I've still got some crops to harvest. I've decided I'm going to change out the lanterns in my hydroponics, because the ones with the lamp right mod, the lamp rights thing, just not playing properly. It's things they sell. I should make myself a cells chest, shouldn't I? I don't really need 2 things of cultured tavern. Definitely don't need you. Definitely don't need you. Definitely don't need you. You're still not empty. I mean, I'm not too worried if I lose other bits, because pure, you know, at the end of the day, the stuff that I want is that, and that. The copper's nice, and all the other bits and pieces. In fact, we will get rid of those and we'll take that. But what we are going to do today is we are going to try and concentrate. I can grind. I know I can grind those coppers, and it is wasteful throwing them, but I've got so much. It's silly. To sit there trying processing this stuff in such a way. See, you are purchased by the luxuries trader, and that kind of becomes useful. I'll take those. I'm never sure whether uranium is one I've actually got in the system or not. I should really check, shouldn't I? But that I'm fairly certain isn't. Do everything else. We'll put the copper away. What we're going to actually try and do today is we're going to actually try and get on with the bees, which I've been kind of putting off for a while now. Let me take the sphalerite out as well. I will take the uranium. I'm going to leave the gold in there, because as long as you've got that, I'll make sure there's at least 1 point for sphalerite, and we'll leave the cassiterite in there, and we'll make sure there's at least 1 point for uranium as well. Right, then we'll go and put this away. I probably should set up a cells chest near my traders. That would be a sensible idea as well. But you can see we're not short of copper. To the point where I'm not even processing it all the time. I really just need to come on one night and just do some processing in the background. Yeah, we've got all of these metal scrap. You know, there's a whole load of stuff, lots of chores in the background that I really do need to do. But let me, in fact, let me just go and have a look at. I'll grab that walnut chest. That will do me. We'll grab both of those. That's all I've got that's particularly sellable right now. But we'll take you down here, and we'll just stick those in there. And if I see somebody who wants to purchase them, I'm sure I heard a trader. Guest, a new guest. Hello. Hello, new. Oh, you are a luxurious. Have you got anything I want? The answer, apart from me, at some point I do want to grab those, but that's no biggie. Have you got anything? I mean, I've probably got some of this stuff to sell, if I'm honest. I've definitely got lapis, but really, do I want to get one gear? Oh, hello. Oh, hang on. Did I? Survival goods. Yeah, nothing I really need. And no more guests. Okay. Guests. What a nice euphemism. So we are going to need wax, I believe. Let me just get a couple of stacks. I'm not sure how many boards and things we're going to need, but I've got the vault set up in barrel mode, and I've got some empty barrels. I also do need my saw. Oh, hang on. Helps if you don't have that on your arm. Saw. And I'm going to go with a mixture of birch and walnut planks, I think. Yeah, my inventory is still a pigsty, by the way. I've just got too many chisels. I actually really probably need to have a separate chiseling chest or something. But you can't have a chest in a chest. You can't do that. So, right. So if I want to turn you into a waxed board or a Langstruth panel, 4:1. So if I go in here and put in so I need 32, don't I think. And then I can put in 128 of those and seal them. Okay. And we'll do 32 of those with 128 of those. And another batch of those. It's going to take 2 days, so I might as well actually go and grab myself another batch of wax, just so we've got 6 lots. And I'm going to need a lot of hives. I want to be like stupidly honey rich, so we'll do that. And wax rich and all the other stuff rich, because all this stuff is good, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll do that and that. And we'll get these right. That and that. And that will do us there. We'll leave those for 2 days. I'll grab you. And yeah, I'll be back once those are done. I also need to grab some cobblestone anyway, so I'll get myself a few bits and pieces together while I'm working. Back in a mo. Alright, I've been faffing around just passing time, and I'm just trying to go with my hand with some sandwiches at the moment. So I'm just making 16 identical sandwiches. And they're kind of gross. It's cheese, salami, pickled onion, blueberry on amaranth bread. So, which gives me 16 stackables. Now, the advantage to these, if you look at these, is they got a bit of everything: dairy, protein, veg, fruit. Got a reasonable duration on them and stuff. Now, I did also cut some fruit bread slices. They did not work very well. I'm not sure whether you can, but they're still, you know, there's a decent length of life on them. And what I figured out is that the way to do this is to actually, I need to try and put some of this stuff away. You are pickled cabbage. Will you go there with that? Lovely. These can just go in there. That can go up there along with that bread. You can also have those, and that salami, and you can have that. And that cheese, actually, and then we'll carry that. I don't want to carry too much food around, but the sandwiches are pretty good. And I'm trying to work on getting my dairy stats up, which is why I've been drinking lots of, well, in fact, I'm going to go and work on getting my dairy stats up again. Because I'd like to get my hit points as high as possible before we go out to the desolation, which is happening any time. Well, actually, relative to today, it's happening on Friday, and recording day is Monday. So, yeah. And also release day is Monday to Friday, so yeah, that's a thing. How are you doing? I've not really checked on this. That is still doing. It's 55. I've got enough to make another night watcher actually now, which is nice. Because mine is currently tied up at the bottom of a hole. However, these are all ready. I need 27 Langstruth hive bases. I'm going to do, that's how many hives I'm ultimately going to have, which will mean that I'll need also 27 Langstruth hive brood boxes, and a selection of the boxes to go, the supers, that's the word I was looking for, as well as, you know, a lot of fabric and wax to make the liners. So let's just go over here. We need to make this Langstruth base to start off. Oh, they're all we can save ourselves. Let's go with birch legs with a walnut top. Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Birch. So if I need 27, well, that's going to be 16. What am I missing? A hammer. Oh, okay. In which case I better take a little bit more birch with me, hadn't I? Because I actually need more than 16. I need 27 of them. So let me go and find myself a hammer, which is might be all right. Let's see how much it uses. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, and then that many. Yeah, we can make them all. I'm going to struggle because I can't pick them all up. What am I missing? Ah, yeah, right. So, first things first, Langstruth bases can't be carried in your normal inventory. So, what I'm going to need to do is do that, pick up 2 of those, and I need to whiz over, place them down, whiz up, whiz back down, place them, whiz up, whiz back down, place them until I've got all 27 in place. Now I also need to put a whole load of flowers around, so I'm not going to try and get all of the Langstruth hives done today, but I would like to try and get the bases done like that, and then there and there and there and there. So I'm going to do a quick zoom backwards and forwards. I should probably have done this outside, shouldn't I? Then I don't have to zoom up and down the things. Get these in place, because I can only do them 2 at a time reasonably. I could do them 3 at a time, I suppose, but I'd have to do something with that backpack. There we go. A little bit of a pause, and then we can see about getting some. That's a bear. Oh, okay, we'll deal with you later, sir. You can go there. You can face inwards, I suppose. Hi, what are you doing here? Are you going after my berries and gets trapped? Okay, well, we'll deal with you later. You'll make a fine rug. Anyway, yeah, back in a mo. It didn't matter anyway, I completely miscounted, because the The recipe for these is 2s and 2s, which means that I had nowhere near enough material to make all the Langstroth hive bases. I still need 1, 2, 3, not one there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which means I need double that, 28, so I need 56 walnut logs just to make the bases. Plus I made them birch and birch, didn't I? Oh, that's stupid. Alright, 56 birch. But that's fine, I can work with that. That's 44. That's 48. Once I've got 8 left, that's 56, I believe. Yes. Which means we should, let's just do this in play in situ, shall we, down here. It'll be make a lot more sense. Even though Paddington's still down there. Doesn't matter, I'm going to be working in here anyway, so. Right, so we need doesn't going to work anyway, is it? Doesn't going to work anyway. That was good English, John. Well done. I left all my planks up there. Good grief. Tell you what, let's eat the cheese. There you go. That will make life easy because I can then come over here, grab another bunch of those, and we can make the remaining bases. I'm not going to get all of these done today. I'm not even going to get close to them all being done today because I don't think I've got even half of what I need to make them all. I've certainly not got enough bees. I'm going to need to spread a whole load more beehives back at my old church base. But I think that's not what we want. I do want Langstroth supers, but right now I need control, don't I? There we go, control. What I need is these. Damn it. So easy to lose focus on where you're at. Hup, 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 hup. These will go once it gets warm. Once we get to summer again and we get to some more fireflies, then those will repop. They'll populate. I think this time of November at 14 degrees, we're unlikely to see fireflies now. It's supposed to be a warm night, and this is anything but. This is a very wet night, if we're brutally honest. But because I need to put flowers in, I'm going to probably make the initial hives over here, and then we'll get the rest in. I'll also probably put some lighting in this section of the spot because it kind of needs it. So we should have that one and that one. Wow. Come on. And this should be the last two. that one, and that one. And we'll pop those away for now. So I'm going to make well, I suppose what we need to do is make the oh god, it's going to be awkward. I need to make the supers, the brood, and the brood boxes are straightforward. So I'm going to probably do the brood box roofs totally as if I can get away with it. I won't do it with that hammer, that's for certain. I need a different hammer. Let me pop that back there. We'll wear that out next time. There we go. That's in better shape. So if I go all walnut for the brood boxes, we start off over here on this one. Oh, it's okay. That's fine then. 5, 6. So I need 27, don't I? Which I'm not going to get out of this lot, but this is fine. I'll start with what I've got. That's 16. Create a brood box. It's created by right clicking with a Langstroth Super with no B-frames in it and a brood box top of the same combination of colours. Once created, oh okay, I think I'm going to need to make some supers then, aren't I? Of the same combination of colours, so all walnut supers. Right. Let's do this. So glad I've got this angel belt. So if I wanted to make a super, I can make it basically like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. These can't go in like that. Okay, that's fine. This is so awkward. Like that. Then I can go down and I can make brood box supers. And then I can actually see about doing the brood box tops, and then I can see about doing. So what do I do? Do I place that with no, I don't want alright, how do I do I have to like that, and then I can place that. Well, for now I can place it there because it needs a hive, which probably means I don't need to. Oh, do I need to go mad on this? Oh, let's see. I'll still do 16 because I can. And we can get two. We can get these two going here, and then we can place one there and place one there, ready, and then do that. That's those three, then do the same again and rinse and repeat. Yep, it's that bear. I keep panicking that he's behind me and going to eat me. I know he's not, but I keep panicking that he's gonna be. I want to know where that lantern's gone as well. That's really annoying. Malubny thingy lantern for there. Okay, what have I got? I've got 11 brood box lids left, and I'm going to struggle if I don't actually have the odd. So places like that are where I need basically a space near each Langstruth hive. To place these down. It's going to be convoluted, isn't it? I think it doesn't matter. So there's 2 more. How many more do I want to create, or do I just want to go straight in with the brood boxes? I mean, I suppose I could, if I place one of those back, that'll give me some wiggle room. Yeah. Let me get some brood boxes on, because I don't need to put the bees in yet. I don't need to even put the frames in. I just need to have the box, I think. If I can get an idea of what I'm doing, even if it's a bit of a half-assed idea of what I'm doing, then that'll be fine. I just want the brood boxes to be different to the main boxes. Maybe I should have brought the walnut as well. Blue. Hang on. Maybe I should have brought everything. That makes sense, doesn't it? Right, and then once we've done all of that, then we can actually think about frames. But what we probably want to do is work on this one. So if I were to make my brood box like that, then we can take that and place that there, and that one is ready to rock and roll. Well, except it needs line frames. So similarly, I just need to remember that it's that. And I also need to remember, it's annoying that they go into your backpack slots, because it makes them so much harder to work with. It really does. So I need one of these to be not flowers. Maybe actually not that one though. Maybe something like this, because that will give me spots around there. And do the brood box. Then do a brood box. Which we're going to place down, and then click with that, and then put there. So yeah, these areas around these flowers definitely, well, we need to up the flower count a wee bit and just continue working basically. I'll keep on and I'll be back in a short while. Alright, well, I ran out of walnut. I I've got 3 hive things. I need to do at least another batch of walnut. I think probably another batch of each, which that could be awkward. I don't know whether I've got enough honey. Not honey, wax. Waxy wax. That's the word I'm looking for. Especially when you consider that if we look at the guides for golden combs, maybe somewhere in here, I'm sure there is a ceramic hives, empty honey, blah blah blah, and then bees and crops. Okay, that was really good, thank you. Honey pot, ceramic hives, raw, empty honey pot. Okay, yes, we're good. But nothing about Langstrath things. However, if we go in here and we have a look at frames, you have a frame rack, which you need to work with the bee frames, and then you have somewhere alongst all of this lot is a frame. So you have an empty frame and a frame liner. Empty frame is panels, sticks and resin, so we're going to need plenty of resin and more of those. Frame liners is fabric, waxed linen, makes 2. Waxed linen is wax plus linen makes waxed linen. So basically we're going to need a load of wax and a load of linen as well. So I'm going to have to be a little bit cautious until I've got the first batch of things going. Let me have a look at walnut for starters. We haven't got a lot of walnut either, which is not helping. Okay, so I need to go and grab some walnut. I need to do my thing, and I'm going to set the wax linen going actually. Let's have a look. Wax. If I take 64, that's going to do me not too bad for birch, and once we've got it's the light, it's those I only nearly need. Let me okay, let me grab some linen. Normal stitches, take those. Take 32 of those. And 32 wax. That will make me 64 frame liners, which is enough for a reasonable batch to start off with, but I'm going to need more. Let me stick 32 of those in there, along with 32. 2 hours of sealing, off you go. That's not too bad. What we do need though is plankage. I'm going to definitely need more wax. I'm going to have to use, basically I'm going to have to use all my wax, I think. Yep, and I've got a couple of things of honey left. That should do me for now. And then we'll do you get 4 per yeah, I'm going to go and get some walnut. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, well, we've got waxed linen. We've got waxed linen. I would like to make myself a frame rack, which requires some sticks as well as a hammer. I'm also going to need, let's move that out there. So I don't know whether I can do this. In fact, let's not even worry about it. Let's but I'm going to guess, oh no, we can do it. Excellent. So the frame rack is what we use to work the frames. And what we're going to need to do, we'll just do we'll just do this for one, and then I'll kind of work more of the bees. Let's have a look. Who's a good? You are nicely surrounded. So what I really need is an area to work. So I need 3 more roofs to work the bees stuff. So for time being, we'll just do that here. And the frame rack goes like that. And then you make your frames with the resin and the. Let me just. I've got a reasonable amount of timber going, so we should be able to get a goodly number of Langstroth hives going. Probably in time for the winter, not before the winter, might be the way to think of this. So, because we need to, I think, cut those into frame liners, and we need resin. Come on, get some resin. Not resin, resin. I've got a reasonable amount. So no hammer, stickage, frames. Alright, that's fair enough. We're going to go that, and that, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll just do 3 worth for now. Oops, hello. Damn it. How am I going to handle this? I'm going to handle this. I'm going to do that. But then we need to line all of those, and this is where. Oh, let me get rid of that bit of. Get rid of you. Don't really need those anymore because I've got my count. We've got those. I don't need 2 of those, so we've got a suspiciously empty looking chest anywhere. I mean, I'm sure one of these will be empty. Like that. They can go in as well as that. And that. And that. We're waiting on the bees anyway, so I'm going to eat that sandwich. That's one I picked up of candies. Then we'll go with those, which are not huge. I mean, look, if you look at the total value of those, it's 235, 295 plus 160, 295, 395, 455. It's about a third. Each one of those will do about a third of my saturation, but they have got a good nutritional balance on them, and that's what we're aiming for here. I'm going to get rid of this hammer for now. Again, we're not going to get everything done here, so there's no point worrying about it. And I'm going to move that out because I'm going to need to go to the Church of Sammy to pick up a skep. But first, what we need to do is we need to decide. So this is the hive we're working on. We're going to come over here and place that down. We're going to fill you with frames, open that hive up, and then we're going to turn these into lined frames, which we're going to transfer over here. Now, it's a little bit fiddly, but once there's bees in that brood box, they'll fill this up, and then I can, when all 10 of these frames are filled, I can come and harvest in one go. Rather, hang on, hello. There you go, control and pick up. Drag it back over here to, not that one, this one. Now we just need to go and fill that brood box, and this is where the angel belt is going to be invaluable, because most of my tree breeding facilities are down south. Like I say, we probably left it too late to get the bees this year, but well, can't have everything, apparently, I'm told. So, I mean, I love the way this. When you consider this started out as Better Ruins ruin, you know, that was a ruin that most of these houses here, that's the only ruin that's left, and that has been things. But you know, the buildings that, some of the buildings that, I mean, Pers was a ruin, as she said, that wasn't. And people have built in the style of the ruins. It's really come on. I've enjoyed everything on this one, and Gran's building up north is coming on great guns. I can't show you because, you know, spoilers. But what we do is we grab a skep, and I'll populate more skeps down there. Put more unpopulated skepage. Skep. It's a lovely word, isn't it? Skep. Unfortunately, it makes the word skeptical, which is less nice. But we will we'll get at least have some bees running this episode, and that will be, well, starting. I need to do something with that bear. I want to catch that bear, in fact. Let me be brutally honest, right? So what you do is you right click, and you right click that, and nearby flowers are scouting. 3-day temperature is perfect. Don't know what pollination. Oh, hang on, I've just realised that's a walnut log I need to replace. Okay, I'll better sort that as well. But this one is live there. So then you've got this one and this one to do, and that will be a bank of Langstroth hives running. But it's going to take a long time for me to get to the point where all of these are ready. Even just on one super, because you can put 4 supers on each hive. So, you know, you can imagine that will go a long way to just producing honey big time. You gotta click in the middle. Doesn't matter, as long as you click somewhere, it will find a vacant spot. And then there, and then control, and rinse and repeat, which I will do. Back in a moment. Alright, that, apart from Chuckles here, and I'm going to catch him. We're going to build, I don't know, we'll get him into some, oh, there's another thing there. I have moved most of the lantern, the bug lamps over here. They'll still be near the flowers. There's a good chance they just need the right weather. These, no, it's too cold now, but it was okay. Temperature is perfect, but 3-day temperature is too cold for them right now. That's the large. That one's going as well. I do want to try and come up with some way of indicating that these are working. I don't know. this might be foolish. It was foolish, okay. The question that I was seeking to answer there, of course, was what happens when you you don't lose the bees. That's all right. I was wondering if I could basically replace that with something. Now what I could do is chisel it and put a light underneath it, so there's like a light source underneath the ones, so as they go. Now that's going to be a bit expensive because it is going to require me to use my Jonas palette probably for that. On the good news side, apart from the fact that that tree and that tree and these 3 trees didn't grow before winter set in, these are all dormant, and I think this is the thing that was missing. I think this is the vernalization. They need to go into dormancy, and then they need to come out of dormancy at the other side of winter. So there's a good chance that we will have a fruit crop next year, which is pretty interesting. But on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.